Yes. Today's topic, femcells. The Femcell Epidemic by Tommy NFG. Here. Let's see what if we're gonna run. Let's see if we're gonna run past the meaning of this, or yeah, let's see. Because I do not consider femcells and incels to be the same, not gonna lie. We'll see. Let's just jump in.
Okay, artists, you can sing, fierce, you can't. I still got more money than you, and you're still a man.
A huge red flag for me. All right. It's so crazy. I was gonna say men.
See, the difference between incels and femcells is that incels are involuntary celibate. Femcells are involuntarily single or involuntarily unmarried. That's the better term. The name is misleading because they're involuntarily unmarried. Because why would you marry anybody with this behavior? Genuinely, why would you want to live with somebody with this kind of behavior?
Strike one. You're a man. Yeah. And you're heterosexual.
This is the same woman, by the way, signed by Kendrick Lamar's label. A straight man with a family who also associates with individuals from the hood that are probably 10 times worse men than the average man is friends with. So yeah, y'all, today we're here to talk about the topic. Very much, yeah. But that's money, so, right, your values and opinions and morals, right? They just jump out of the window the moment there is some clout to be gained, some money to be made, right? Just two play buttons. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Of quote-unquote femcells. And the definition is, well, yeah, female incel. Don't think I gotta define that one. But I personally feel like we gotta distinguish it differently. Usually when a man is defined as a quote-unquote incel, it's because he literally can't pull and takes it out on women because of it. You could look like the former queen as a woman, my and there's a hornball dude out there who would lay pipe. For femcells, it's more of their hatred for men that stops them from even trying to pursue a relationship. And they think since every man is terrible, they shouldn't put themselves out in the playing field. Now let's get two obvious things.
I'm gonna say it. See, the thing is they can't get into relationships, but they can't have physical intimacy, which is right. That's the difference. That's like the difference. They're just involuntarily not in a relationship or marriage.
Things out in the beginning. Yes, I know not all women are femcells. And yes, there are bad, terrible men out there who should be condemned. But it won't matter to these femcells if I say something like that anyways. They'll probably just take a screenshot.
Take a screenshot, put the caption, take it or take it out of context and be like, yeah, actually, this one is like, they would put like, yes, not all femcells, all women are femcells, but, and that's already enough.
Shot of the thumbnail without even watching it, posted on Twitter with a caption saying I'm not watching this, and proceed to say I'm a terrible woman-hating man without even knowing me or my content, even though I've condemned these type of men multiple times. I promise y'all that exact situation will happen. I'm playing chess, alright, I know the game. I want to say this epidemic of femcells really started in 2020 when a trend known as, and I'm not even joking, this was the actual name for the trend, hashtag all men was started. It started on TikTok and Twitter back in 2020, and women would post the hashtag in their captions for anything. Could be just for fun, could be something actually criticizing a man for. It was thrown around willy and nilly.
See, this is the fun part. The problem with all this delete all men shit is that you couldn't. That you physically wouldn't be able to do it. If all women today decided that they would delete all men, women would lose. Because you don't have the military power, and even if you did, you don't have the physical power. Men would overpower you. That's why I never understood this idea.
And was used as a word sometimes when they had nothing to say. Like a girl could be proven wrong on something, then when she had nothing else to say, she would reply with hashtag KAM or all men. There would be long comment threads of a bunch of women saying it, and I honestly think this was one.
I'm pregnant. Having a scan through to find out if it's a girl or an abortion. Demons.
Comment threads of a bunch of women saying it, and I honestly think this was one of the things that started lighting the gender wars on fire. Pre-2020, gender
demons.
wars were not even close to as big as post 2020. Because after this, you started to see the podcasters come out and make a whole genre out of gender wars. The moment this started happening is when I knew it was getting out of hand. And it made it worse that TikTok wasn't really doing anything about it at first. Like, I understand Twitter or Warzone will never have peace, but you would think TikTok would be on it to ban something like this. Now it's completely banned and you can't use that phrase. But I guarantee if dudes tried to start a hashtag KAW or all women trend on there, it would have been packed in a day, and every account associated with it would be banned and doxxed.
Yep, that is very true. It would be gone. It would be gone in a matter of seconds, right? Those videos actually don't even go up for that long. Yeah, that's true. If men would be like, that's a double standard. Then if men would be doing something like that, it'd be gone immediately, right? I think on Twitch you can literally like put us on a stream, I hate men. You can't do that with I hate women. It's really odd. It's really weird, some of these double standards.
Their excuse for this trend at the time was that they were trying to make the message sound drastic and they obviously didn't mean all men. And if you were a man that found a problem with it, then you were probably one of the type of men they were talking about. This excuse to me is absolutely stupid as f***, because what average...
It's actually, no, see, it's actually stupid. Here's why. Here's why. The assumption that you would be, first of all, we know where generalizations have brought us. We have seen where generalizations brought us. Do I have to talk about you know, a very big particular event where a lot of people were put into camps? I think I don't have to say that. When I talk about segregation, see, the problem, the double standard is that when women say all men, that's permissible. But if we, for example, take, you know, Muslims, and unfortunately it is the truth that most terror attacks come from Muslims. If somebody says all Muslims, if you don't, and then you argue, oh, if you don't feel like, that applies to you, then you're not men. Nobody would use that, because then the big crying happens. Nobody would use that. See, that's the problem, why it's a double standard, and also generalizations don't help. Because not only do you lose the men that essentially are the ones doing weird shit, you also lose the men that are not. And they would now rather side with, like, Andrew Tate, the guy from Fresh and Fit, right? Those people. Then they would side with you. You're creating the opposite of what you wanted to achieve.
Man is gonna want to have a reasonable debate about, I don't know, gender norms or something with you when in the statement of your movement it literally says to put an end to them. And to me, this movement was hypocritical because you know damn well if men started a KAW trend and try to be like it's not all women, obviously only the bad manipulative criminal ones, they would get thrown at them, rightfully so. Or imagine we use this for something like race, even a worse example. Hashtag all.
See, he's bringing it up perfectly. He's bringing it up perfectly, right? If you apply that to race, you have an issue. That's the issue here. I blame education. Could be. Lurking. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Hope you're doing good.
All black people rob, man. Let's get the movement trending. Bro, what'd you say? Nah, like, obviously not all of y'all, only the ones that actually do it. Why are you even getting offended? You're trying to rob me, that must be why. This trend was probably one of the most extreme examples that actually became a thing on the internet. I don't think we'll see something like it ever again. Like, this was really pushing it. Instead, now they'll just put something like hashtag all men are trash, which I can at least take that. At least in the message name, it's not advocating for the annihilation of men. A lot of this man-hating rhetoric, I guess we could call it, comes from one main source I noticed a lot of times: female celebrities. When anybody's favorite celebrity says something outlandish, they're usually more hesitant to condemn it and more likely to agree. And no, I'm not talking about music and lyrics, like Megan Thee Stallion saying something like all these is cheaters or something, because at that point we could pick on every male artist that says something about women, you know. I could care less about lyrics. I'm talking about more of the statements they make. I'm sure y'all know about the whole Biba Doobie crash out thing by now. Everybody talked about this. Might be top 5 stupidest things I've seen any celebrity ever get mad at, but the casual way she just threw out her man-hating to her audience was so funny to me.
And you're still a man. I know men are mad at me because I probably get more girls than them and I'm not even gay.
It's mostly men. Like, call me sexist, but I don't think a girl would be like, I was wanking off to that Biba Doobie video. I was wanking off to that Biba Doobie video.
This shows to me
You have no idea. This woman, this lady thinks like women are perfect angels. Have you ever read a female romance novel? Have you ever read one, right? Where like the 5 million inch bull cog is tearing apart a gentle woman. Just say it. Just say it. Just saying. Just saying. No, they may not be. And see, there's many TikTok videos of very attractive men and women in the comments gooning and being like, raw, next.
She knew she wasn't gonna really get any crazy repercussions by saying it. Like, they wouldn't cancel her shows over it. And stuff like this makes me upset. Because if it was the other way and a famous male singer said something like, you're still a woman, he's like 100 times more likely to face some type of repercussion. A lot more of the time, it's more accepted in society for a female celebrity to say something on men. And I don't know if some of these female celebrities don't think this through before saying things like that, but they do also have male fans. Like, you don't think a couple of your male fans would see something like that and not want to associate with you anymore? Even if a majority of their fans are women, it's just a dumb thing to do to cut off a good portion of your fans. Like, for me, even though my viewership is about 90% women and 10% men, don't fact check that, I would never insult my male fans because
I would most certainly fact check that. Bring me the stats.
Because that's mean to them. Okay, but on the real though, I couldn't even imagine myself saying something like all women are trash or I hate all women. Because to me, that's disrespectful to all the hardworking women in my life that have helped me and just out there in general. I don't know, I think I'm just thinking too logically. Okay, let me know if I should start saying it, yo. Billie Eilish was also getting slandered a couple of years ago for this stuff because she would come out saying things about men that were pretty stupid. Like, there was this one time she said men don't get body shamed because girls are nice. Nobody.
See, the problem is, though, the difference here. So, men also, by the way, get called... See, we don't get shamed. I wouldn't use shaming for that. It's just like, homie calls you a fat fuck because you're a fat fuck. Right? It's not really shaming because we consider it fact, right? Here's the thing. When women see a attractive woman, they go, ah... This body type is so unrealistic. When men see the Hulk, they're like, damn, gotta hit the gym. That is the difference. That is the difference. That is just literally the difference.
Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're real thin, cool.
No. If you're scrawny, dude, you're cooked. If you're scrawny, dude, you're cooked.
You have a dad bod, cool.
By the way, dad bod. I highly believe that Billie Eilish does not know what a dad bod is because they consider off-season Chris Bumstead a dad bod, or Jason Momoa a dad bod. No.
Cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't give a f because we see people for who they are. Coming from a man that...
Also, girls aren't particularly nice. Girl pretty is harsher than boy pretty. I'm gonna straight up say it. Girl pretty women are usually more liked when they're thinner.
Was on the pudgier side. I can let y'all know right now this is not remotely close to true. You know how many anytime they get in an argument with their girl over something, the first thing she's saying is something about his body. He can't get it upright. He's, dare I say it, fat. She was getting sauteed over this take. I think Billie realized though, saying stuff like this isn't good for PR, so she stopped saying it. I haven't seen her saying something like this in a while, which is good because what does saying stuff like that do other than alienate your male fan base and future fans? The thing a lot of femcels don't realize too is they quite literally breed the men they hate. In modern times, the average way a dude is becoming an incel. Wow. I can't believe I'm teaching incelology. Like an actual incel. I'm not talking about the word where they just throw it on any man. Is he'll see something extreme like the hashtag all men trend. Already if he feels...
You mean like, not the ones that are like, incel equals man I disagree with? That one? You mean like actual ones?
Isolated in his life, he gets even more mad over how he's getting hated as a man for no reason. Then tries to find comfort in someone who accepts him. Which is a lot of times the Andrew Tates and Fresh and Fits. And ends up with some radical ideology that's just crazy. It's like they're throwing coal on a fire and asking why the blaze keeps going. Now of course the opposite happens too with these incels. But I think with one you're able to go way more rampant with it before having anything happen. I mean look at someone like Andrew Tate for example. There was a certain point he got got banned everywhere and got repercussions for his comments. The only social media he had left was Hustlers University. And I see a lot more men condemning people like Andrew Tate than the opposite way. Like, none of my homies in real life were riding him and actually followed the Tate way. They thought the memes were funny at first, but after he fell off, no one really cared. Something that happened recently, which actually kind of sparked me up on even making this video, is something that Doechii said. If you don't know Doechii, she's been having a breakthrough as a female rapper in the past year. She's been having a bunch of viral songs and trends on TikTok. And like,
hot take, rap sounds ass. Doesn't matter who makes it. I'll be real. Most of the time, that is. Not always. And I especially don't like female rappers. Not because they're female rappers, because what they rap, what they're talking about, what they rap about. There's even more brain dead than what the males do. Not gonna lie. Guess why Andrew Tate got banned out? He doesn't believe in women's rights. And even, no, not even his daughter. That's crazy work. That man fell off.
Like I said at the start of this video, she signed to Kendrick Lamar's label. She never really got in controversy until that clip I played at the start, and I was kind of disappointed when I saw the clip, because there's certain people that you don't expect to say dumb stuff like that. Like, if it was Cardi B or something, I would say expected. But off of what I've seen from Doechii and her creativity and her craft, I wouldn't expect her to say something like that. And some people might be like, oh my god, Tommy, you're really offended over that? I could give less of a about the actual comment. If I made a video every time on all the dumb comments like the ones Doechii and Billie Eilish made and were made by female celebrities, this channel would have like over 1,000 videos. To me, it's more of the precedent it sets and trying to make it a casual thing. I think a good example right now is how Elon Musk is getting protested for all his bull, and that people are boycotting Tesla and not buying them because people want to make it known that they don't accept it.
Thank you all very much. I love Tesla.
A lot of times too, just like in the Doechii video, they try to specify it as much as possible, like saying straight man, because, you know, they don't want to be offensive and be called the big H-phobic. That would be terrible for their PR, and, you know, only straight men do bad things. Acting like there ain't any terrible gay men out there. Look at Diddy. Anyways, wrapping it up, I do.
Yeah, the terrible gay men that adopt. There have been cases of terrible gay men adopting a toddler, and the rest is history.
I think we're getting better as a society of ignoring these type of people and also calling out when someone says something stupid like this. For the Doechii video, for example, I was just checking different TikToks trying to figure out what was going on about this, and I saw a lot of women saying what she said was pretty dumb. Like, the birth rates are already at their peak declining. Do we need to be having any more gender arguments and on the other gender just because? Like, let's just leave that in 2022, dude. You gain nothing from it other than more division and more fighting. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram.
Well, that's what they want, Tommy. That's what they want. They want more division because they can turn it into a profit. They can turn it into a profit. See, realize this. Realize this. I'm conspiracy theorying here. Realize this. Everything needs to be bought twice. That is very nice. You can tax twice. You can everything needs to be bought twice, right? Cutlery, plates, presents, TVs, in general, just electronics. Realize this: the more men and women don't come together, the more money they can make, because there's more people who will spend money on things that you technically would only need once. Realize this. It's not my opinion. He admitted it. He doesn't allow his daughters to vote or work just to find the right man and honor the bloodline. The bloodline must continue.
And TikTok, as always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
That was a Switch sound. Anyways, it didn't touch super crazy on the topic. I do think that for femcells, the rules are different, right? Because, well, they can have physical intimacy. It's just no dude wants to stick around for that, to be fair. That's really it. No dude wants to stick around for that. But yeah, it is becoming an increasing problem in the online space. We need to see what we can do about that. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.